How's it going, everyone? Session here. Welcome to Final Fantasy XIV. We officially have the complete patch notes for 7.2, so we're going to try and go through this as quick as possible. In terms of what we've already read in the preliminary, try and skip through a lot of those details, and then we'll find all the new stuff that's going to be introduced. Most likely we'll be seeing PvP and PvE job changes, a lot of stuff that was kind of missing in that regard, and so let's see if we can kind of comb through this a little bit quicker and see if we can find out the new details for this patch notes series. So we got MSQ, the Arcadian side quest stuff. Yep. We got the side quest for Corn Servant, repair and active forecast while playing New Game Plus. Okay, I think so. We saw that too. New map stuff. Grand Company housing, furnishings, aquarium, fish rolls, power pots, gold saucer. Miscellaneous with these units of boss for Karn. They organize the leveling dungeons. Emotes, recorder. Okay, now this battle system right here, this is the one. So let's go through this very carefully. Actions and traits have been adjusted as follow. Paladin. Oof. Okay, so total eclipse went from 100 to 120, and prominence went from 170 to 220, and then Holy Circle, Divine Might potency went up to 250, and then Holy Circle Record potency was to 350. Okay, so they pretty much gave Paladin like a little buff in the AoE combo situation, which is cool. And then they changed all of the they changed Configure, Blades of Faith, Truth, Valor, Honor, and Imperators from 50 to 60. Okay, so the damage of the AoE combo is a little bit less than what it was. Not too bad, but it's like fine, I guess. The AoE combo changing is a little bit like interesting, honestly. So we'll try and see if we can like look into seeing like why they made that down the road. Let me see. Quickly reading 7.2 adjustments overview, we've made adjustments to the variety of actions after reviewing the offensive capabilities of melee and range DPS roles, as well as the balance within all roles. Due to the unique nature of the future battle design, we anticipate situations in which close range attacks may be difficult to execute, so we have generally increased the attack potency of all melee DPS. In the wake of patch 7.0, Pigment's offensive capabilities have been unexpectedly high, so we have increased the attack power of other jobs to achieve a better balance. However, considering Pigment's strength even after these adjustments, and the continued efficiency in various duties, we have decided to temper Pictomancer in 7.2 patch, and we appreciate your understanding. Finally, adjustments to the reduction of potency for multiple targets in certain areas of actions effects were made mainly in order to achieve a better balance than the ultimate end. Oh, I see. Okay, so they changed the AoE stuff because of how it works in terms of for ultimates. Interesting, actually. So then the only reason why I think that they made this change is for the Confiteor and the Blades is because it like chances are probable that the Paladin was going pretty strong in Fru, and there's a possibility it was also doing pretty good in other ultimates as well. But that total eclipse prominence combo with Holy Circle probably would do well in like Ooh, for example. So it's interesting they buffed this and then they nerfed this, but it's a balance. We'll take it. Warrior. Ooh. Let's see. Warrior is as followed. Heavy Swing, Trait Mastery 2 will now increase potency from 220 to 40. Okay. Storm's Path, Trait Melee Mastery 2 will increase potency from 200 to 240 to 220, sorry. And then 480 to 500. Okay, so potency went to 500. Storm's Eye, same thing. Upheaval went from 400 to 420. And then Chaotic Cyclone potency reduced from 300 to 200. Interesting. They reduced the chaotic cyclone? Isn't that that's the not the yeah, that is a 72 scale. Okay, so they reduced that one. I think isn't it already like +4 or something like that? It's kind of weird, isn't it? I don't actually know. I've not used this button at all, except for like in dungeons, so like whatever. Primal Ren reduction in potency after the first target hit has been changed from 70 to 50, and they did that with all the primals. So Primal Ren, Wraith, and Ruination all went from 70 to 50, which is not bad actually, because this is going to really help out a lot with like Fru and like Top, for example. So that's cool. Because I think Warrior's damage is kind of on the lower side in comparison to the other tanks in the ultimate, but it's not like too big of a deal. But didn't play Warrior often, I don't think, in Fruit because the way how the invulns work and whatnot too. But like Warrior should be like fine now. Okay. We have Dark Knight. Let's see. Salt and Darkness reduction potency after first target change from 50 to 25. Interesting. Okay. And Shadowbringer reduction potency went from 50 to 25. Okay, so they made it actually stronger. Wait. Yeah. Right? They made it stronger. Okay, interesting. And then potency reduced from 320 to 300. And then this esteem reduction in potency after the first target has been changed from 50 to 25. Interesting. So Dark Knight is stronger. And lastly, we have Gunbreaker. Reign of Beasts and Noble Blood went from 800 to 1,000, and Noble Blood from 1,000 to 1,100. And that's it? Interesting, actually. Okay. So I kind of get that though, because the Gunbreaker Lionheart combo is like Reign of Beasts combo is not like strong. I mean, it's strong, but like Lionheart strong because it's like the same double oh my gosh, I can't talk. Potency as Double Down. There you go. So, because Double Down and Lionheart both do 1200, and so Reign of Beast doing 800 felt kind of weird, but now it's stronger, so I like that actually. So this should definitely be like a nice little buff for Gunbreaker. Gunbreaker's strong, so it's nice actually. Okay, now we have Monk. Whew, okay. Tornado Kick. Reduction in potency as your first target changed from 50 to 40. Okay. Elixir Field and Flint Strike both went from 70 to 40. Enlightenment potency reduced from 200 to 160. Interesting. Rising Phoenix, Phantom Rush, and Elixir Burst all went from 70. No. Well, they all went to 40% in target potency reduction, but from Phantom Rush went from 50 to 40, but Rising and Elixir Burst from 70 to 40. Okay, interesting. Wind's Reply potency increased from 900 to 1040, and then the reduction in potency for the first target went from 50 to 40. And then Fire's Reply went from 1200 to 1400, and then went from 50 to 40. Okay, so Monk got like a decent combo and potency increase in the single target, which is cool. I'm wondering why they're changing AoE stuff. I wonder if there's like a boss in the Savage Raid tier where you gotta fight like multiple targets. I'm not too sure about that actually. Let's see. Dragoon, Drake's Bane. Melee trait mastery will not increase potency to 460 from 440. Stardiver increased from 820 to 840. Okay, and then Heaven's Thrust went from combo potency from 440 to 460. Okay, yeah, to compensate for like Drake's Bane too. So these two both went to 460. Okay, tiny little buff for Dragoon, not bad. Ninja. Whoa. Aeolian Edge, melee trait mastery. Went from 200 to 220. The potency executed from the rear is 280. The potency for the combo was a 400 from 380. And then the combo potency when targeted from the rear went from 440 to 460. Okay. Hake Mujin Tatsu, it went from 130 to 120. Interesting. Armor Crush. We can skip this and then let's see. The combo potency when executed from the target's flank went from 480 to 500. Okay. Dokumori, potency no longer reduced after the first enemy. Oh, okay. So the potency is the same for all targets with Dokumori. Babakakura went from, let's see, 380 to 400, but then under the effective Mesui, it goes from 530 to 550. Okay. Phantom Kamataichi went, the potency reduction target went from 50 to 25. Kunai's Bane also went from 50 to 25. Okay. Deathrock Medium was reduced from 300 to 260. Ew, okay. Yeah, I can see that actually. Tenri Jindo went from reduction potency for the first target went from 50 to 25. Okay. I feel like there's an AoE thing in the midst. I'm kind of intrigued by it actually. We'll see. Um let's see. Samurai Q10 went from 120 to 100. Gira went from 500 to 400. Shoha changed from 65 to 50 potency. Ogi Namakiri went potency increased from 900 to 1,000, and then the reduction potency after the first target changed from 75 to 50. Okay, and then Keishi did the same thing to kind of compensate for the changes, so that's cool. Zanshin went from 900 to 940, and then the potency reduction went from 60 to 50. And then Tendo Setsugeka went from 1020 to 1100 for both. Okay, interesting. Reaper. Okay. Void Reaping and Cross Reaping potency went from 500 to 540. Harvest Moon reduction potency from 50 to 40%. Plentiful Harvest changed from 50 to 40. Sorry, 60 to 40. Communio went from 60 to 40. Sacrificium went from 530 to 600 potency. And then the reduction in potency after the first target changed from 50 to 40. Melee Mastery 3 no longer increases the potency of Spinning Scythe and Nightmare Scythe to 140, 160. Okay, so they took the potency increase for this out for some reason. Executioner's Guillotine and potency reduced from 300 to 260. And then Professio went from 60 to 40% reduction potency. Yeah, I'm guessing that there's gotta be a boss, either a boss or something that's gonna do potency stuff. That's like a bunch of things appearing, like AoE and down. I'm guessing that's the idea. So okay, Viper, first legacy. Oh, okay, all four legacies. So first, second, third, fourth legacy. Potency increase from 280 to 320. That's the level 100 skill. Um, okay, they increased that. That's literally it, which is interesting. Pitch perfect reduction in potency after the first target change from 50 to 55%. Wait, they nerfed it, but they've been buffing it for every jungle job. That's interesting. This is the first one that they actually like brought down, I think. Shadow Bite potency has increased from 170 to 180, and then the Barrage potency increased from 270 to 80. Laden's Bite potency increased from 130 to 140. Resonant Arrow reduction in potency after the first target went from. Oh, they're actually doing it for Bard a lot, actually. Okay. Oh no, wait a minute. Reduction potency after first target changed from 50%. Yeah, Radiant Encore has been reduced from 50 to 55%. Okay. Okay, now we have Machinist, and this is kind of the one that everyone's keeping an eye out for, but I feel like just based off of what they've been changing for this, I'm curious about what they're doing to Machinist. Okay. Spread Shot, 140 to 110 reduction potency. Okay. Ricochet reduction potency for the first target change from 50 to 40. Scattergun, 150 to 130. Chainsaw reduction went from 65 to 50. Double check went from 50 to 40. Checkmate from 50 to 40. Marksman Mastery 2. Scattergun no longer increases to 160. Excavator went from 65 to 40, or 50 rather, and Full Metal Field from 50 to 40. Wait, so they didn't increase the potency at all for Machinist? They just reduced the potency reduction for AoE combos? That's kind of a weird change. I feel like they should have like considered like dramatically buffing Machinists. I would have increased all of the tools by like at least 100 potency ish. That's gonna be weird. Okay. We'd have to see what the battle content looks like going into the new patch to allocate whether or not Machinist is like, but I don't think though that that's a possibility though, because I feel like Machinist is weirdly still too weak. So we'll see. Whoa. Oh my gosh, the list is long. Okay. For Dancer, windmill potency increase from 100 to 120. Standard finish potency reduction after the first change from 75 to 60. Single and double also went from 75 to 60. Blade shower potency increased from 140 to 160. Rising windmill 140 to 160. Blood shower increased from 180 to 200. Fan dance 3 went from 50 to 60% potency reduction. Technical finish for single, double, triple, and quad went from 75 to 60. Saber Dance went from 50 to 60. Tolano went from 50 to 60. Fan Dance 4 went from 50 to 60. Last Dance went from 50 to 60. Okay. Finishing move 75 to 60. And Dance of the Dawn 50 to 60. Okay. Wow. Everything is 60 for Dancer. Okay. Interesting. Black Mage. And this is kind of the big one because realistically Black Mage is getting like a little bit of like a rework kinda, so like we'll read the job guide for this situation too afterwards and see like what more information we can kind of gather from this as well. So we'll see. Black Mage, oh boy. Blizzard cast time went from 2.5 to 2 seconds. Aspect Mastery, the effective Ash of Fire and Ember Ice no longer expires. Such a bad change in my personal opinion. Fire, the cast time went to 2.5 to 2. The effective power no longer expires. Thunder 1, 2 no longer expires. Thunderhead. Fire 3 potency increase from 280 to 290. Blizzard 3 potency increase from 280 to 290. Umbral Soul has been the halts. The expiration of Umbral has been removed, which makes sense because they used to like halt the timing and they don't have that no more because no timing. Freeze reduction cast from 2.8 to 2. Thunderhead for 3 no longer expires. Okay. Flare cast time reduced from 3 seconds to 2. Okay. Effect duration for ley lines has been reduced from 30 to 20 seconds. Blizzard 4 cast time reduced from 2.5 seconds to 2, but the potency reduced from 320 to 300. Fire 4, the same thing. So cast time reduced from 2.8 to 2, and then the potency reduced from 300 to 320. Thunder 4 doesn't expire. Foul, cast time before and learning enhanced foul has been reduced from 2.5 to 2 seconds. The reduction in potency after the first target has been changed from 60 to 25%. My gosh. Despair, the cast time before learning enhanced central fire has been reduced from 3 to 2. Xenoglossy, potency increased from 880 to 890. Enochian in potency reduced from 25 to 22%. Paradox, the potency has increased from 520 to 540. The grant effective fire shuttle expires, and then grant astral fire and grant umbral ice 15 seconds has been removed. High Thunder no longer expires for that. 1 and 2. Enochian enhanced 4 and been reduced from 32 to 27. And then Flare Star has been reduced from 3 to 2 seconds with a potency increase from 4 to 500. Okay, so basically they've sped up Black Mage by quite a bit naturally. So it just has like a faster cast time in general, which is fascinating. And in order to compensate for it, that they've reduced a lot of the potencies that the job does have, except for Flare Star, but at the cost of it being able to cast like a lot faster. So now you no longer have a timer to worry about with dropping your stuff, and then you are able to still use ley lines twice every 2 minutes. There's 2 charges at that though, and then it's 20 seconds. Interesting. Um, I think from this Black Mage change, I'm intrigued by it. The cast time is like, again, 2 seconds feels fast, so the recast time is probably going to be even faster. Um, I'm wondering how I feel like, can't you? I mean, you'll have to ask like a professional, but I feel like, can't you kind of sort of break this if you build like a lot of spell speed into Black Mage? Isn't that going to be weird? Like if you put like if you add like 1,000 speed to it and even go like super speed Black Mage, can't you go like, I feel like it can go like insanely fast actually, and it's gonna be kind of a weird change. We'll see. It's too soon to tell for sure. We'll definitely crack at this and get like an idea for it. So, um, Summoner Necrotize potency increase from 440 to 460, and then exits went from 1,400 to 1,500. Okay. Red Mage. Whoops. Let's see. Vice of Thorns increased from 700 to 800, and then Perfulgence went from 900 to 1,000. Okay. I feel like they're. Hmm. It's weird that Red Mage didn't get potency reduction at all for it being like the job that it is. Considering, but I guess because it's the kids, it's caster, so it's not like a big deal. Because the problem that it's being put into place is the melee jobs. Melees and tanks are the ones that are supposed to be suffering with, I guess, the upcoming content that it'll be like up for them to compensate for it. But I'm kind of concerned that the potency changes are not going to be as good as we think that they are. Not that they're going to emergency patch this, but I feel like after patch 7.21 comes out, they may like do more of this. Like we'll see. It's too soon to tell though. Okay, now we have Pictomancer. Let's see. Fire and Red, potency increase from 220 to 260. The trait mastery for Pictomancy increases. We'll skip all this, and then Fire and Red goes from 440 to 520. Arrow and Green goes from 480 to 560. Water and Blue goes from 520 to 600. So they buff the speed combo. Fire and Red 2 AoE potency increase from 120 to 180. Okay. Mog of the Ages potency has been reduced from 700 to 500. Okay, no. Potency has been decreased from 1,300 to 1,000. And then the reduction potency after the first target has changed from 60 to 70%. Palm Muse potency has been reduced from 1,100 to 800. Reduction in potency after the first target went from 60 to 70. Winged Muse, 1,100 to 800, 60, 70. Okay. Arrow and Green 2, potency increased from 140 to 200. Okay, so it's still 3. Water and Blue, 160 to 220. Hammer Stamp, potency being reduced from 560 to 480, and the reduction is 60 to 70. Blizzard and Cyan, potency increase from 800 to 900. Okay, so they're nerfing the stuff that you can cast quickly, but they're buffing stuff that you have to cast like. Okay, gotcha. I understand what their pattern is actually. So potency increase, yo, 900 for Blizzard is kind of high, no? Okay. I mean, I don't know. Blizzard 2 Cyan, 240 to 260 AoE potency. Stone and Yellow goes from 840 to 940. Thunder and Magenta goes from 880 to 980. Stone 2 and Yellow goes from 260 to 380. Thunder 2 goes from 280 to 400. Star and Muse, the ground effect will not have a simplified appearance when battle effects are set to show limited. It's cool. Holy and White potency increased from 520 to 600, and the reduction for the first target went from 600 to 65. Not 600, sorry, 60 to 60. Okay. Hammer Brush, the potency reduced from 620 to 520, and the reduction in potency changed from 60 to 70. Polishing Hammer went from 680 to 560. Reduction in potency for the first target has changed from 60 to 70. Okay. Comet in Black, potency increased from 780 to 870. No, sorry, that's the regular one. Potency Mastery 4 will increase potency from 880 to 980. So Comet in Black does the same damage as Thunder. Okay. I think it's always, wait, has it always done that actually? Because it was 880 here. Oh, they're matching. Okay, gotcha. I didn't actually know the answer. Claw Muse potency reduced from 1100 to 8. Fang Muse 11 to 8. Redeem Retribution Medine went from 14 to 1100, and then Star Prism also 14 to 1100, all from 60 to 70 potency. Okay. So long story short, the muses and the laser beams that you like, the OGCD prep that you have reduce potency, but your GCDs go up. Which is actually kind of nice. Okay. I'm like, it is a nerf overall because a lot of the potencies that are from like the portraits themselves, like the potency reduction went from, it's like about like 300 per, right? But everything else like spell wise went up by like 100. But hammer combo went down by like a chunk also, and also it's a guaranteed direct hit. So at least it's like because what each hammer combo was reduced by like 80 potency, I think it is, right? Is it 80? Um well, sorta. 80, 100, and then another 80. So, oh, it's 120 actually. Okay. Yeah, so the hammer combo and all the muses decrease in potency by quite a lot, but the spell casting has actually been increased. Okay. We'll see. I'm not opposed to this right now. For now, we'll see. For White Mage, Dia potency increased from 70 to 80, and damage over time potency increased from 70 to 80. Scholar Biolysis went from 70 to 80. Okay. Astrologian, Gravity 2, the Trait Mastery Magic went up, increased potency from 130 to 140. And then Oracle, potency is now reduced by 50% after the first targets. Sage, Eucrasian Doses 3, potency increased from 75 to 80. Okay, so they increased the dot for all this. Okay, interesting. The effect duration of Astral and Umbra Ice is no longer displayed on the Black Mage Elemental gauge. Yep, this is for the changes that have been done. So the following actions are key for execution. We know this actually. Okay, underkeep. Let's try and go through this a little bit faster. Recollection Extreme, Hell's Cure. They added wings and for Valley and Everkeep for totem passing. New rates here. Savage Gear. Yep, the Babyface Champion. Still a hilarious name. We'll see. Raid Fighter has now Savage and um Beauty Finder moved away from this as the soul content. Speed, increases HP. Yeah, they changed potency for this and then decreased it for this. Let's see. Fru is now unlocked. Tomes of Mathematics have been added. We still don't know what color it is. I'm trying to figure what that color is, so I can tell my kids that that's a new actual math tab. You know what I mean? Let's see. Recollection, Juno, all the mathematics stuff. we've already gone through all of this as well. PvP changes now. Okay. So Holy Sheltron, the area effect has increased from 5 to 6 yalms. Okay, for the pop, cool. Warrior, Chaotic Cyclone and Orogeny increased from 5 to 6 yalms. Dark Knight Impalement increased from 5 to 6 yalms. I'm noticing a pattern. Gunbreaker, Faded Circle, Faded Brain, Relentless Rush increased from 5 to 6 yalms. Terminal Trigger also 5 to 6 yalms, okay. Monk Earth Reply, 5 to 6 yalms. Thunderclap, Alliance members and other players are now selectable as targets. Okay, interesting. Rising Phoenix also increased from 5 to 6 yalms. Okay. Samurai, Hyosetsu, Mangetsu, and Oko went up from 5 to 6 yalms. Okay. Viper, Slither can be selected to any player, which is cool. Backlash, recast time has increased from 1 to 2 seconds. Area of effect has increased from 5 to 6 yalms. Snake's Bane increased from 5 to 6 yalms. And the area of effect of the potency double gained while under the effect. Oh, okay, yeah, I see. The just Snake's Bane is also 5 to 6 yalms. Machinist, Marksman Spite has increased from 36,000 to 40,000. Okay, there's a Machinist buff. Dancer, Honing Dance is 5 to 6 yalms, and then Honing Ovations also 5 to 6 yalms. Burst 5 to 6, and then Ethereum Manipulation can be teleported to other players as targets. Summon Bahamut, the attack delay of Bahamut and Demi Phoenix has been decreased. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, it comes out like a little slow. It's understandable actually. You could have been able to like Dragoon backdash away. Like you can elusive away and like actually avoid it. It was kind of cool actually. So I guess they made that like less likely possibility. Um Scholar, Seraphism, the effect no, the following effect. Wait. The additional effect of the action has been revamped and now functions as follows. Removes one status affliction from yourself and party members. Okay. That can be removed by Purify. If a status affliction cannot be removed, it creates a barrier that will nullify the next status affliction. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so it's just um it's a Warden's Payon, but like with AoE style. Okay, cool. Epicycle recast time increased from 20 to 24 seconds. That's a dash. Icarus has been reduced recast time from 12 to 10 seconds. Alliance members are now selectable. And then Phlegma and Toxicon recast times boosted to 16 to 15 seconds. Okay. Large scale PvP duty specific role actions have been added. So PvP role actions are available for Frontline Rebel Wings and Wolves and Pier. Each role has 3 actions. One may be selected for use. You can select and assign roles actions to a hotbar via PvP profile under character in the main menu. During Rebel Wings and Frontline campaigns, you may only adjust one of these actions in the starting area. Okay. Can we see? Yes, perfect. So for tank, you have Rampage, which delivers an attack of a potency of 8,000 to all enemies, and it also increases target damage taken by 25% for 10 seconds. Okay. So Rampage is kind of like a big shield bash. Rampart reduces damage taken by 50% while increasing HP recovered by healing actions during the 25%. Okay, that's strong actually. And Full Swing is a knockback, 30 yalm knockback. Removes guard from enemies under its effect. But what? That's strong. Delivers into potency 8,000, and it's a 30 yalm knockback. Removes guard from enemies under its effects. Interesting. That's without question like the strongest one that the tank has. Melee DPS, Bloodbath, converts 100% physical damage into HP. Okay, it's not bad. Swift increases movement speed 100% and grants immunity 100%. Okay. Immunity to stun, heavy bind, silence, half sleep, sleep deep, freeze, and knockback drawing effects. For 4 seconds, effect ends when running amounts. And Smite, a potency of 6,000, and potency increases to 18,000 as target's HP decreases, reaching its maximum value and target is 20%. Oh, when the target's HP decreases. Oh, it's like a finisher. Okay. So it's like an old finisher. Interesting. When it's 20% HP or less, recast time resets upon a kill and oh, and it resets. Okay, they literally brought back the finishers from Stormblood with Smite. Smite is insanely strong because an 8,000 potency finisher attack is like is like a super kill button. So, all 3 of these are actually pretty good. So that's actually like super nice. Fizz range. Dervish reduces recast time and cast time spells in more skill by 10%, increases movement speed 20% for self and party members for 12 seconds. Cool. Bravery increases damage dealt by 25 and reduces damage taken by 25. That's actually kind of nice. Eagle Eye Shot delivers an attack with a potency of 12,000 damage, ignores the effects of guard when dealing damage. So once again, it's the finisher. They're bringing back Stormblood finishers into PvP. That's freaking sick. I love that actually. Okay, cool. Magic range. Comet deals magic damage at enemies to the area within the potency of 20,000. Can't move while casting, nor can you cancel the spell once it's in cast. Okay, so 20,000 potency is insane, actually. Phantom Dart deals unexpected damage with a potency of 4,000 and increases target's damage taken by 20%. Okay. Rust reduces damage dealt and pulling potency by number of enemies 20%. Okay, so it's a reductor. Cool. Healer, Halen. Okay. Restore target HP, cure potency 12,000. Stone Skin 2 creates a barrier around self and nearby party members, equivalent to 10,000 heal potency. Cool. And Diabrosis deals unexpected damage with a potency of 8,000 to target and all enemies nearby it. Reduces target HP recovered by healing actions by 20%. Okay, that one's the like correct actually. Cool. The time between actions execution and effect activation has been shortened for the following PvP actions. The time between actions. Oh, wait. Oh, no, no, no. Okay, gotcha. The actual when the attack goes off. Okay, so the animation doesn't they reduce the animation actually. Okay. So for Paladin, it's okay, Warrior. Dang, they I see. So things were so in 7.1 they made that change where they were trying to allocate for the method in which attacks came out and it was like way too late for a lot of abilities, so they're actually like slowing it down, which is nice though because this is them kind of sort of undoing like a good chunk, if not mostly, what they did in 7.1, which is understandable because it didn't feel good. So like this is cool. However, not everything though, because like here for Dark Knight, Salted Earth is not in this, so this is accepted actually. Yeah, and neither is Primal Rend. So okay, cool, cool, cool. Gunbreaker Monk. Okay, Dragoon. It did Sarkross. They did Sarkross. Okay, I understand that actually. Let's see. Ninja Samurai Reaper. Okay. Did they do Camino? No, because it didn't need to be changed. Did they do Harvest Moon? Oh, they did actually. Okay. Let's see. Viper. Okay. Machinist. Bard Dancer. Black Mage. Summoner Mage. Okay, yeah. So I think this can expect. Okay, cool. The effects and or motions of the following PvP actions has been adjusted. Here shall remember you, Dance of the Dawn, and Resolution. Okay, cool. Yeah, I kind of get that because like Resolution, when you shot Resolution, it tracked the player. So like the animation isn't supposed to do that. It's supposed to just like register the placement and then shoot. So if a person moves, it still shoots here, but it registers still. Um, so those three attacks were always following players. It was actually like a detriment to those players because in if you used resolution as a red mage, it actually tells you exactly where you are from where you had shot instead of like your placement. It was weird. I didn't like that change. So thankfully they've kind of refix that because red mages were getting kind of sniped in positioning because of the like getting like flanked because of that. So it was kind of weird actually. So it's cool. New items are available in exchange for trophy crystals, thankfully, because like my trophy crystals have been full for the longest time. Series 8 will begin. Hopefully you got yourself the loose fit tire coffer. We got the mount now. Crystal Conflict season 13 will end and 14 will begin. We kind of covered that already. Frontline. Okay. The following adjustments have been made to the job damage output, damage taken, and limit gauge fill rates. Okay. Warrior damage taken from 50 to 55. Okay. Wait, negative 50 to negative 55. So it takes more damage. Okay. Dark Knight went from negative 20 to negative 15. Dragoon damage up from negative 20 to negative 15. Oh, no, wait, yeah. Damage dealt, actually. Sorry. So limit gauge fill rate reduced from 45 to plus 15 seconds. Wow. Okay. Dragoon LB slow now. Limit gauge fill rate for an injury increased to 15 seconds. Okay, ninja more often. But damage taken has also been lessened. Okay. Viper damage taken has been decreased. It's negative 50 to 60. Okay, so more damage. Black mage damage dealt negative 5. Red mage damage taken negative 38 from negative 35. Okay, so specific. White mage damage taken from negative 30 to 25. Okay. Limit gauge fill rate for Astrologian increased by 15. Damage up to negative 10 to negative 15. Potency from negative 20 to. Okay, cool. Sage negative 30 to negative 35. Okay. The following distance of battle height 10 to 8 and 2 to 4. Yep. Secure is back. We've seen this. New items. This is the tome gear. This is the crafted gear. Dying interface adjusted to this. This is all the Endwalker, sorry, Shadowbringers relics, replicas as well. And is this plain long skirt is double dial bus gown? Okay, everything is still the same. I'm just trying to comb through this. Okay, cool. Uh-huh. Yep. Still the same. Change for the exquisite weapons. Yep. Knuckles weapons for monk. And uh-huh. Still the same. Okay, decent mount, barding. Puppy. Graphical update. Yep, we're getting a new Fantasia. Shadow quality, texture, graphical details increase for all of the Evermore Reborn relics. Some Heavensward gear. Stuff added for appeal, which is great. System. Jog status now. Potency. No. Actions and traits window. This is here for um macros, which is cool. Let's see. Stuff for retainers. Plates for Fru. Depth of field. Stickers. Commands. We're kind of reaching the end at this point. Okay. I see. During okay, result issues, cutscene main scenario. Keeping the oath progression in certain conditions. Cloud and was murdered and Scholar Pits were erroneously afflicted with sets of clothing condensation when summoned. Oh, I see. Shadow battles are causing to behave incorrectly when initiate combat. Okay. Icon for PvP and PvP was incorrect. Gunbreaker. Oh, cool. An issue when using Gunbreaker PvE action super below where Imperials can survive with when doing issue. Oh, okay, whatever. I don't know that one. Healing effect Gunbreaker actions. Oh, I see. Yeah, that made sense to me actually. Require correct. So text issue. Recast summer font face mask. Okay, yeah, sure. The motifs. Yep, I get that actually. Um, playing as Spectromancer where players. Oh, you can go in with detective palette. That's kind of illegal. Okay, that was a way to cheat the system a little bit. I get that honestly. Um, I wonder if you can do that in the battle. Actually, I don't actually know. Okay. Uh. Somebody would have figured that out, I think, at some point, though. Damage dealt by PvP were actually emerging conditions. PvP, 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 food Raiju. Okay, no. Okay. Still PvP, question conflict. Um, oh, you can check it's playing correctly in the issue with the graphic stuff. Okay. Bow Eternal and Staff Eternal were roasted in the Carpenter. Oh, I see. Interesting. Spire, let's see. Hairstyle. Dying certain gear you can show them. Oh, I see. Bum, 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 bum. The sooner cast by implicated cast time. Funny. Um. Oh, moving while using certain emotes. Drinks emote. Oh, I see. Actually, okay. Okay. I see. There's a second boss battle instance on a keyboard attack can't be seen for indicators certain boss attacks. Okay. Playing as Sage when action cannot be executed or sets with hotbar. Okay. So kind of words is G posing, flamethrower, does that spell correctly? Issue with G posing. Oh, I see. Okay. That's about it, honestly. A little bit faster in comparison to what it was before. So I'm very intrigued overall, I would say, by the chunk of changes that they've made. The Pictomancer nerf is more of like an adjustment because it definitely needed something to compensate, but I think that it doesn't really. We'll see how they like how it feels to play Pictomancer. We'll find out. Overall though, a lot of these changes are very interesting. Black Mage, it just seems like such a weird job right now. So like we'll see what it looks like, if anything. Dancer, Machinist, Bard, Viper, we'll see. Reaper, we'll see. You know, a lot of these jobs, a lot of the melee jobs have been like allocated for a situation. So I'm wondering what the raid tier and the trial is going to be like, where they've made this like a possibility. So like we'll find out if anything. But that's about it. So the preliminary notes have actually not really offered all too much in comparison, minus the potency changes. It's gonna be weird. I think that people are gonna advertise the idea that Machinist actually got like a nerf instead of a buff, because it did not get buffed. But I'm hoping that with how the raid tier is gonna work this time around, that Machinist value actually does showcase itself. And hopefully it's not like as what it is right now. So we'll find out. But honestly, it was good patches reading over the course of time. We get this tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it, of course. And so there you go. Thank you for watching and tuning in. I'll see you next time. Take care.